It's a journey, y'all. It's called The Journey Within. That's what my friend said to me. She said,
Genius.
there's no greater journey than the journey within.
Yo, what's good, gang? I hope you guys are keeping well and that your day's been swell. I was about to make my way out of this spot, and Spirit was like, yo, let's go. Like, we got something that we want to share with you. So, okay. First card that we have here. Oh, goodness. Wow. Your hard work is paying off. I'm always led here, right? And I'm just thinking about what I just said about making it out of this spot. Like, I was leaving this place, but I'm thinking maybe that's what the energy is. Like, we are leaving the place that we were once in and entering another place. And that makes so much sense with this card here saying that our hard work is paying off. Okay, I just noticed the lights just like changing there for a little bit. I'm just gonna pause and just turn on another light. But anyway, what this hard work is paying off, wow, like I'm actually very keen to hear what this is all about. Another one, okay, already shuffled. The second one here is expect powerful change. Wow, Spirit, what you coming with today? Like, whoa. This message had to wait until like I was really ready to receive it, it sounds like, or seems like. But for me to also be late to turn on the camera, it's like, yo, we're gonna share this with the collective, right? Okay, looks like I've actually shuffled all that I need to. So let's just get out the last two here. The next one looks like they actually like two parts to this. It looks like 2-2. This one says bring love into the situation. And then this one here says surrender to the divine. So it looks like we got two separate messages over here. And again, it's like 2x2 type of a thing. I'm just going to put them on two different sides of the table here. And behind the deck, it says it's time to take action. Wow, very interesting. My voice has also just started cracking. I don't know if you can hear that. So might have also something to do with some throat chakra energy going on. So I'm just putting that deck in the middle. Yeah. Okay, before I sort out the light, let me just check out this angel number book. So interestingly, the last time I went out to the store, right, I was at the bakery, and the subtotal here is 267, and I put it in this book. Spirit told me like, leave the slip in here, you're gonna read this number, and I just saw 235 on the timer. So I'm gonna read 267 as well, because clearly it's the time to read it now, right? So on 267 it says you're on the right path with respect to your thoughts on how to better manage or increase your finances to meet your material needs. Stay elevated in your thoughts and feelings about money, and you'll experience a much easier time of it. And for me to look to the left, I'm thinking that's perhaps what that one applies to. But let me look to the right. And to the right, it's 272. And it says, trust that you're making the right move because you are. And that's what's actually happening over here. Interesting. Left, right, left, right. Again, I'm getting, of course, two cards here. Definitely something about balance. But, wow. It looks like we're getting, a message for the physical and a message for the spiritual as well. So, physical, of course, being the monies, and then the spiritual bringing, surrendering to the divine, bringing love into the situation. Let's see what it's all about. Right now, I'm just being very much drawn to the color purple that's on these cards, and then the one in the middle, the take action, is like red, orangish, and then the hard work is paying off. It's like a white, slightly purple, I would say. But a lot of purples, of course, leading me to think like, violet, third eye, crown type of an energy. So I'm getting that, we might just be in our heads quite a lot about what's happening right now. But also just seeing the different cards, like there's a new moon card on this side, this one here, new moon in Capricorn. And then, of course, new moon, as you can see, it's dark, right? And then here, a new moon in Aquarius, and it's also dark as well over there. And interestingly, on this side, yo, my voice is going off. Okay, I must just get something real quick. But this side here even has an eclipse, right? What is it saying? New moon eclipse. So wow, 2 new moons. So it's like whatever's happening here with this powerful change and the hard work paying off, it's definitely like new moon era, a new moon time, new season time, something like that. But again, I just feel like, okay, Spirit's about to cook. Wow, actually, now that I look at it, all of these cards are new moon, except for the last one, which is surrender to the divine, which is full moon. So it looks like something very interesting is happening within one moon cycle, because new moon eclipse, new moon Capricorn, new moon Aries, right? New moon Aquarius, and then full moon. So interesting. Wow. It's almost like what was hidden. Like now that I'm looking at it, like going in this order, it's almost like Spirit saying it is. There was something hidden, right, in this new moon, and it's like 3 different parts or 3 different aspects of it, and it's gonna culminate come time for the full moon. Interesting. Okay, light beverage. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I actually paused at 5:58, and Spirit was like, "Yo, let's check it out." But while I was making the tea, bringing the truth, Spirit was like, "Yo, this is a very powerful moon cycle. It's like one moon cycle could change so much." It's coming across like that. But let's see what it says. So 5:58. You're investing in you with your recent activities. Now that you're taking better care of yourself, you'll soon see the rewards flowing to you. Wow. And they were saying that your hard work is paying off. I just got all these shivers right now. Goodness gracious. And the 5:59 says, it's time to change your career focus so that it's more meaningful and aligned with your spiritual beliefs. And look, it's bringing love into the situation, surrender to the divine. So, you know what? I always think these messages are separate, but it's like they are related as well, because bringing love into the situation could be any situation. So it could be career, it could be finances, it could be home. But I mean, with me just applying it to this message, it's like, bringing love into the situation of our careers. If you're doing what you love, then it doesn't even feel like work anymore, right? Wow. That's crazy. How I'm relating this to me, and I think, was it the message I did? No, not the message I did yesterday. There's a message like this version of me, right, is editing a video that's gonna come out like tomorrow. But then this video that's coming out tomorrow is a message that I did like a couple of weeks ago. And there's something about in that message where I was talking about how oh goodness, where was I? Okay, I just got like confused, like the time and everything like that. But yeah, there was just just to paraphrase, right? Of course, I'm not going to remember the exact words, but there was just this talk about how there is so much to appreciate in the art, in the protection of the art, in the, finding the place and the opportunity to embrace the art. I think in that same reading, I was even like showing like my coloring book and everything, and it was definitely a very powerful reading, honestly. It was like my first reading back in a while. And how this is like coming through right now, it's just that reminder of saying like, bringing love into the creative pursuits, bringing love into the passions, or bringing love into the things that we once like set aside and then pursuing them all over again. I'm just being brought back to the image here on Aquarius, and it speaks to the water bearer. And Aquarius is actually a air sign, right? So it's interesting how, the air moves the water. Like if you think about like a stream, or like if you like look at like ripples and stuff, like, which is what we're seeing here. And it's very much giving me the Star card right now. So it's like the moment we remember, just look at even the water like being poured out over there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I'm trusting, right? The moment we can put, that star power into action, and I'm saying star power, but I'm actually speaking to like our life force, right? When we put our life force into something and we do it with intention, and like in this card saying you do it with love, it becomes bigger than what we even know or think it to be, because that's when, we are like in expression mode. We are not like questioning who we are, what we're about. And again, me just seeing this being next to surrender to the divine, it's like we allowing more collaboration or co-creation to take place. Because I think, a lot of the times we are very much big on like manifestation and like, oh yeah, I thought about something, I became greater than my desire, like you just took all those steps to like put it into manifestation mode. But for co-creation mode is when you're now working with spirit to bring this thing into fruition. So I think there's something more to that. And yeah, I'm actually thinking maybe let's start over there. Okay, spirit's like, all right, let's knock. We're just knocking, entering the door over here. All right, surrender to the divine. What you got for us? Wow, surrender to the divine. First card that we have over here. What's going on with this light today, huh? Like, okay, clearly something is up, my G. Like, okay, let's move that. Let's see, how about now? Okay, so I see what's happening. It's like as soon as this light gets the focus, then like the whole color situation changes over here, right? Wait, maybe let me do this. No, that kind of looked better. There we go. There we go. Okay, but no, maybe I should be closer or bring this light closer. Okay. Hey, you know what? The light, right? The star. But anyway, I think, okay, looks like every time I bring these cards closer, they just come into focus. But it's all right. Let's read this real quick. Surrender to the divine and Two of Cups. Again, you know what, Spirit's like, dude, okay, I saw 1121. I know I was just like delaying, but like I just noticed that, right? But anyways, it's like 112 becomes one, because these two, like 1 and 1, become, it acknowledges that it's two beings and then becoming one again. And then here we have the Two of Cups. This is like a reciprocal, oh my word, reciprocal and even exchange. This is a, I would say very much like the Lover's card, but it is a union. It is also healing. I'm thinking about me speaking about the Star card, and I'm looking at the caduceus over there, the sign there. And I'm also being led back to this card about time to take action, but I'm thinking about the lion right there in the top, and I'm thinking about the strength card. It's like, you know what, it actually takes strength to surrender, because a lot of the times I think we look at surrender as like something that's weak, like you are, oh, look at that light again. But it's like, you know what, some people might look at like surrender as if it's something weak, but it actually takes a lot of strength to do that. And for these people to have this equal or even exchange, it's like your energy is aligned with the energy of the divine, your spirit team, your guides, your angels, your ancestors. And I mean, some people are on the dark side, so it's their demons, you know what I mean? But it's like, how do you work together? How do you make this be like a fruitful relationship? Because again, it's a co-creation, like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, when one is on the left-hand side, the other one's on the right-hand side. But it's like the strength that you put forward in the surrender, it also comes with a certain level of trust, because you know that you are in one shape or form, and your divine team, your spirit team, your light team are in a different like form as well, because I'm looking at how they dressed differently, right? But like with that acknowledgement of the different dress code, it's a matter of saying that you can show up as you are. I'm busy looking at how this person has this blue cape and I'm also dressed in blue, and I was speaking to like the throat chakra earlier on, and I'm just being reminded about how, the moment you speak your desires into the universe, then they can materialize. Because here it is, we're starting at the end of the reading, but it's like, it's actually full moon, right? So it's like the fullness of this whole thing, it's already there, it already exists. Granted, I started this reading by saying that yes, there was something hidden at the beginning, which was like a new moon eclipse, and 3 new things are coming in. But this is just a reminder that, it already exists. and what we deem or perceive as being veiled is already forward. It can come forward with me even bringing this card forward, right? It's like, how do we just step into greater collaboration, co-creation with the universe, with our guides, guardians, angels, and ancestors, to make sure that this is a beautiful exchange. Give me a second. I just realized I don't even have some incense burning. So yeah, one moment. All right, I'm back, and I paused at 2:15s this time. Like again, 15:15, right? Like two energies that are the same, that are bringing equal energy. So, wow, like I think that's amazing. But then, as I was like also lighting up the incense and the candles as well, I'm thinking like, there's a reason why this reading is like start, stop, start, stop. But I think that's what it is. It's like the energy is being called in, and there's the right candle going off. Spirit saying we're going backwards. So again, time is an illusion, right? Things going backwards and forwards. It's just whatever we perceive in our minds. So that was surrendered to the divine with the Two of Cups. So for bring love into the situation. Okay, right on top. Ooh, wow. Wow. Hey, yo, this is interesting. Bring love into the situation. We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. How crazy is that? And of course, when we think about love, we think about relationships. And the first thought that came to me is like, this is like a phallic symbol, or a symbol of the man's body part, if you want to, think of it in a different way. But it's like bringing love into the situation. It kind of feels like maybe this has actually been the challenge to do so, because it's coming in reverse. Hey, look at my mind just going so far off, saying coming, and of course phallic symbol, right? But I think again there is something about that life force, that ashe that I was talking about, and it just brings me back to what I was saying, is to say, whether it's our creative pursuits, whether it's our careers, that just the situation, how we are even engaging with certain people within ourselves as well. It's like, can we talk to ourselves lovingly? Can we think lovingly? Can we carry ourselves lovingly? Can we perform and contribute lovingly? And it looks like, with it being the Ace of Wands being the first card, something new, which is, of course, this new moon card, is to say, how do we bring in this new energy? Because love is an energy. So I think what has been veiled, or what this new intention is, like we do with the new moon, because it's a start, right? So it's like, yes, we've been through certain things, and we know beginnings are endings and endings are beginnings. But how do we bring in this new love energy, this new passion, this new drive, this new willpower into the situation? I actually do want to expand on this one. Sorry, excuse me. Oh gosh. Okay, here I am lifting up this tarot deck, and there's a card that stayed behind. Ooh, it's the Empress, guys. Goodness. And this is like unending energy, unyielding energy, because I was just listening to this lady, man. Oh, flip, I forgot what her name is. Okay, for now we're gonna call her Blue Rose Temple, right? So I'm listening to Blue Rose Temple, and she says something about how this Empress card is a representative, or a representation of, like, unending energy, right? And when you are the Empress, you are the creator. Yo, my right ear is going off right now. It's so hard. Yo, God, goodness, gosh, like, what's going on? Okay. Okay. All right, so team, here we are, right? So we've got this Empress card, and the card that stayed behind. And with me just trying to understand, remember, this card is clearly what remained, and it's like we need to find the creativity that remained, the mothering that remained, the part of ourselves that was open to love, that was open to creation, that was open to bringing love into the situation. Because right now, when you are creating something, if this birth, if this manifestation, this co-creation is the situation, you bring love into that, right? So I think this is coming across as a reminder of why we create in the first place, why we do the things that we do, right? And I'm just thinking about it now. It's like, if you are acting from love, if you let love lead all the time, you are in a position where you can constantly, just be in a high vibration. Constantly know that what you are doing serves the greatest and highest good, but it's also an extension or expression of who you are, truly, favorably so. And wow, look at this, bringing love into it again, the Knight of Cups. And it just speaks to what is it that we can offer? What is it that we can give? And also, how can we be open to loving energies? I'm definitely feeling like, with all of these cards over here, it's like, even our drive, our creativity, our sensuality, when we are reminded of just how powerful it is, of course, with me thinking about this also being like a major arcana card, and knowing that we can bring things into existence that don't even exist. This is like a form of alchemy, this is a form of, like I'm saying, creation, manifestation, because it just took one person's life force and another person's life force, which is now you in spirit, to bring something into fruition. And what ends up happening, it's like this, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like this cup was once empty, but once it was filled, once the heart was put into the cup, then it rose, and now there's this overflow of the cup, and then even now your love rises. So there's going to be more love. Goodness, I'm getting like a slight throbbing in my right hand side of my head. Just like even the love starts to rise. There's a expansion. There's this, again, this outreach, this outpouring actually of emotion. That's what's happening over here. So I think, man, this is just a powerful reminder of just what love can do, what love is, and knowing that once you get into the energy of love, there'll be so much more love to give, so much more love to share, so much more love to express. So it's like the moment you decide to give it love, it returns you by loving you back or giving you love in return. So, the moment you love your career, you love your partner, you love your art, you love your creation will love you back by pouring back this overflow into you. Wow. Wow, spirit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, let's go. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. What's up? 4 of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. Now it's like oh my word, me just trying to lift up this card is crazy. Interesting, just behind that I'm seeing, because I've lifted this up, behind the deck it says your dreams need a practical plan. And I'm gonna get to this. I think, of course, no mistakes, right? And I'm saying I think quite a lot. So it's like a lot of head stuff is happening right now, and it's like, I'm thinking about a previous reading just before this one. I did one about the crossroads and like trying to navigate your path. I'm also getting 2 of swords in my mind's eye, where somebody's with a blindfold and they're thinking about which path to take. It's like mental gymnastics is happening right now. But it's like, how do you get from thinking about it to feeling about it? That's kind of the conversion or the translation that's happening right now. Again here, what was it saying? It's time to take action, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. I mean, the 4 of Pentacles is somebody who's reserved, who's keeping to themselves. This is also somebody who's building a foundation. So I'm getting it in 2 ways. Also, for it to be right in the middle of all of these cards, I think, it's definitely like the center of this reading. It's an energy of reminding us like, you have built one side of it, right? Is that you've built enough up to this point for you now to start taking action. You have enough tools, you have enough resources, and even if it doesn't seem like it, the moment you can just take whatever you're holding so closely to, your ideas, whatever you have in drafts, whatever you've been thinking about putting out there, your plan, just like putting it into action, which is what this card is saying here, that now you're going to start seeing certain results to what it is that you need to put out. On the other side of that, I'm getting that, there's something about like being in like a hermit mode and like building in silence, where now what was done in the silence, it's time for it to come forward. Because I was speaking about secrets and being silent or keeping things close to the chest, right? But now it's a time to actually go forward and move forward. And I mean, that just aligns very much with what we have in the next card, which is your dreams need a practical plan. And I mean, both of these are like, ram type creatures, with the horns. I mean, we've got Taurus there, we've got Aries over here. I was about to say Capricorn, but Capricorn, of course, is this one over here. But, with me thinking about the horns, I'm thinking like full steam ahead, full charge ahead. And granted, yes, you've had this time to build this foundation, you've been keeping to yourself, you've been staying silent, but now it's time for you just to take that one thing that you believe in, or perhaps even sometimes it's the hardest thing, because they always say the hardest thing is the right thing. So go there, dive head in with your horns, right, with your detectors. And with me even focusing on the horns, I'm getting two things, where earlier in this reading I was speaking to how some people are of the dark, and some people are of the light, so the balance. But then also the second thing I'm getting is this, how we started, the Two of Cups. So it's like you are moving in tandem with your spirit team, with your guides, your angels, your ancestors, you know what I mean? And it's because you've had that time to balance both sides within yourself. I'm even thinking that, with this card also being in the middle, it's about like staying on the middle path, operating from the heart, because you can be very much masculine, you can be very much feminine, but they meet in the middle. It's almost like even like the chakra systems, like the heart is in the middle, there's 3 chakras above, there's 3 chakras below. So when you are in the middle and you're operating from the heart, and I mean, Spirit's just showing me now, she's got the pentacle over this chest heart area, right? So it's like when you can connect with that one thing that is from your heart, and you put that out and you take action on that, you make a plan just for that one, watch how magically the other 3 just find their way in, or like, everything just like weaves its way in a manner that you least understand, or you even least expect it. Because again, with me saying that, it's like there's a part of the journey that's not revealed, I mean, we're leading up to this eclipse already, and there's a greater level of trust that's being called upon us at this point in time. But I do want to expand on this one as well. Let's see, one more for this, your dreams, right on top, okay. Your dreams need a practical plan. Wow, Page of Cups. Page of Cups. I mean, we've been getting a lot of cups here, so a lot of emotions, intuition, feelings, experiences as well. I think we're being asked, like, what do we want to feel? What do we want to experience? And if the Page of Cups, I consider this to be like the creative person, the person who looks for what is within. Because if you look at this cup, it has a fish within it, and it's out of the water, but it's a matter of saying, like, in this new environment, what is your element? Like, what can you find in this new place that you're in, this new like area, or this new foundation that you've had or created for yourself? What is it that you can find here, and what is that intuitive hit or message that's coming through about what it is that you need to do now at your best? The reason why I just moved right now is that I realized I was like leaning to my right quite a bit. Granted, I'm doing that so like I'm still in view so you can see the card, but then I realized that, I do want to sit like quite balanced as well. So again, giving both sides of my body, my left and my right, a chance to like, hey, but this light though, look, yes, stay like this. Oh, wait, it's because when I'm forward, oh goodness, it's like exactly, we need to come forward, we need to come into the light. Goodness gracious, right? So you want us to come into the light, Spirit? I see you. I see you, gang. I see you. But yes, with this card over here, guys, I'm just thinking about how, wow, thinking all over again. Okay, let's feel this. Hold up. Yeah, man, it just feels like we are not going to forsake our creative expression. It feels like we are still learning. It feels like there's discovery that we are not yet seeing. And, with me thinking about, there we go with the thinking, how this relates to your dreams in a practical plan. It's like the mind wants to have a plan, but the feeling which requires us to surrender is, wow, okay. Yo, Spirit's taking me somewhere right now. Hold up. We need to get this clear sentience into this. Like, Can we, for once, allow our hearts to make the plan versus our minds to make the plan? Can we trust that what we are feeling and give the heart a chance, like give what's within, right? Like I was saying, the intuition, what's inside, what's in the emotion, Can we give the feeling the opportunity to be the one that leads, that has the direction? Because when we think from the mind point of view, it needs to make sense, it needs to be logical. But there's something about the magic that is lost in the logic. There's something about how the feeling of it is much stronger than the thinking of it. And the moment we can allow that to happen, we just experience more, we feel more. 3143. Again, my right ear is just going off the second time. Like, what's going on? I'm looking at this this bowl here, and I'm just being reminded of what we were just thinking about, which was this card here, and it's the Four of Pentacles, and this is earthly. And how do we ground what is happening over here? Because this fish out of water, this fish in a new foundation, right? It is clearly, again, it's in a new frontier, a new foundation. I was getting words with F, a lot of F, but it's like places, it's in a new front, like I was saying, coming forward. It's trying to find its element in this new place. And there's just something about this energy being grounded. Man, let me get one more. But me just even tapping into what it feels like already, just like I feel like I just opened like another dimension of this. Right on top again. Wow, it's like you were waiting for us. King of Wands in reverse. Wow. I mean, at this point, we're starting to get all the elements. I mean, from the Pentacles to the Cups now to the Wands. And earlier on, I was saying that the air, we don't have any swords out yet, but already I'm just like getting this thing of like, you're in a new element. Oh, wow, that's why we don't have any swords. Okay, I see you, Spirit. It's like this is a reminder of again, mind, where we've spent enough time bringing logic and sense and reason into this. But now these other elements are coming forward and wanting to be introduced or play a part in it. The water, the fire, the earth. They want to have a contribution into what it is that we are doing. And they are saying that, they are going to equally meet us with the same level of like mind power that you bring, this air power that you bring. You will be met with like varying but equal amounts to your air power with this mixture of earth, water, and fire power. Like, it's like spirit has like this perfect mixture of these three elements to match your air power. So when you try to make reason, logical sense of things, let's say to a level 9, spirit will add like 2 of water, 4 of pentacles, and then 3 of wands type of a thing to kind of match your 9 of air. Like, do you get what I'm saying? It's like and for me to even like say those numbers or say those cards right now, it's like already 9 of swords, right? Very much in the mind, very much anxious, trying to like figure things out. It's like your mind's in like a maze. Again, I'm thinking about the mental gymnastics, anxiousness, anxiety. But then to get the 3 of wands, it's like we're gonna get your ships to come in. 4 of pentacles, because you have this foundation set, and then the 2 of cups, because you allowing this energy exchange. So it's like there's a lesson that it's like oh my goodness, for me to even think about like 2 of cups, right, and then 3 of wands, that's like 5 out of the 9. It's more about how I'm just getting all these shivers. It's about your willingness to actually do this more than anything, because spirit, universe, source, even the moon is ready to meet you where you are, because what you're wanting to bring into existence already is there, it already exists. And it's all about your surrender. It's all about your willingness to work with the feeling that will change this whole thing around. And it's like you need evidence or proof that it is going to work out, or it is going to be what it is, but it just is. It just is. It's just existence. It's like, when we think about God consciousness, right? What do they call it? Do they say Jesus consciousness? Yo, goodness, like there's a lot happening right now. But it's like the I am. When you say I am, you can put anything after that, right? But most people put I am ellipsis, because you are infinite, you are undefinable, you are unfathomable. So why not just try? Just like we see here in this King of Wands, how like the one wand is on fire and the one wand is growing. It's like, can you just trust that you just putting something into the fire, seeing it like take the heat, there I was busy saying that my right ear is going off, right? But it's like the moment you can just put something into the fire, put something into the forge, allow it to be like churned, fine-tuned. And I'm also thinking about a forge, how like swords are made in a forge or in an armory. It's like, instead of you putting your mind into a place where it's doing all of this work and it's being churned and stuff, put your drive, put your passion, which was this phallic symbol, right? Put that into this forge. Allow the love to do the work for you. And this King of Wands is like a reminder that like we've felt this before. We've felt or seen or even experienced, because of the cups, right? We've experienced what love has done for us before. And it's a matter of saying like, when we try to make this practical, we kind of lose, like, again, the magic of having a wand, like being a magician. Yo, man, this energy just felt so like, whoa, it felt like a little bit of a whirlwind for a second. I mean, you can see how I'm even bringing the message forward. It just feels like, whoa. Yeah. One more? Okay. Right on top. Interesting, like a lot of these cards I actually saw in the previous reading, and I'm just thinking like, Spirit, you just wanted me to take these cards, and oh goodness, you know what? This is the magic. This is how everything's gonna come together. This is just trusting that, okay, again, we're getting 4 and 4, 39 and 2. It's like, wait, okay. 3 plus 9 would have been 12, and it would have been 1, 2, 2. Okay. Again, the 1 becoming 2. But, it's like you already have the foundation set for this magic to occur, this coming together to occur. And I was just thinking about how you, like, again, you put your wand into the forge. It's like you put your passion forward and watch how you'll be met with other energies, your spirit team, collaborators, divine partners, divine suitors, good business partners, good colleagues. It's like the moment you just lead with love, other people will be inspired to be led with love as well, or will match your energy and look at, all this magic, all this co-creation that's actually going to happen. Yo, that was crazy. Again, all right, this side. All right, let's go to the next card. Your hard work is paying off. Yo, but what are you saying? More. Gosh. Again. Oh my word. Okay, Spirit clearly wants to stay on this. Your dreams need a practical plan. The Tower. Yo, this is a shakeup. I think, I feel. Your Spirit's like, no, we're not thinking today, we're feeling today. The feeling of this, it's upsetting. I mean, just look at this character in this card, like, head down and everything. I think, gosh. It feels unsettling. It feels unfamiliar. It feels, wow. Yo, man. It feels new. It feels unknown. Yeah, it feels unnerving as well. Putting yourself out there is not always like the easiest thing to do, but you have to take the step forward. You have to be willing to take the hits and get up, like Rocky, like the movie Rocky. I'm looking at how, we're seeing the back of her thigh over here, like the back of the leg, right? And I'm just thinking about like chicken, where chicken thighs, right? But you shouldn't be chicken. Number one thing, like, don't be scared. But then also at the same time, it's like the movements, the things that we had to leave behind, the things that were, on our backs, or even like holding us back from making the movement, because our thighs connect our hips to the lower part of our feet, right? Our shins, and going all the way down like that, the knee going down. And we don't want to miss the connection with what's going to bring about this huge change. We don't want to even close ourselves off, like we see. I mean, just cover it up. We don't want to close ourselves off from what we can open ourselves up to feel. It kind of looks like this is the same person, both are females, both with the blue hair. Of course, this one kind of has a different light on the hair, and it has a different shade. I was about to say sheen, so different light, right? But it's like there is light even in destruction. There is light in you being the hermit and you having set your foundation. But from having trusted your foundation so much and having found comfort in it, security in it, you are now bare. You are now exposed, but you are allowing what you are expressing to be your new foundation. Wow. Can you trust that when things are actually falling apart, they are falling into place? That when you let go of what you thought once was, you're allowing a way for what is? What is, right? Again, just bring us back to the reading, because what you truly desire, what this powerful change, this hard work paying off, it already exists. It's already there. So, this reading just got so deep. 43, 48, and then 50 there. But it's about, again, both of these are the same person or the same people. And it's just about seeing yourself in a different way. Because here, as much as you've built this foundation and you're comfortable in it, it actually kind of is like a hiding place. I was getting that hermit thing where you were like hiding in isolation. Whereas over here, It's about knowing that even as you are open, as you are bare, as you express, a new foundation will be formed, and that foundation comes from you having felt through it and not being scared that you are bare, you are nude. It's like you are unclothed. It's like you're feeling like maybe people might just catch you off guard or something. But that's how big of a change this is. It's that you are now in a position where you can be this version of yourself, the version of you that knows how much to share, how much to, like, the weight of what it is that you need to get and receive requires an equal amount of your surrender or your commitment to it, and amount of love that you're going to give into it, because the more love you give into it, the more love you can get back out of it. I'm also thinking about how in other tarot decks, the tower is usually depicted as like, this thunderbolt, and then people like are jumping out of a building. But right now, with it just being the single character, it's like you're jumping out of yourself. You are jumping out of that old version or that old paradigm, that old situation. And by bringing love into the situation, it actually does this shedding, it does this releasing. And while, the throat is been going off, goodness gracious. Wow. It's like, what you don't see is that you are in your most beautiful when you are bare, when you are open, when you are sharing your true feelings. I mean, for me to even like kind of like lower down my voice a little bit, kind of like ease into this energy, it's like getting grounded, And it's like, again, this tower, I mean, you've built up this structure, but can you trust that by going down from the mind, again, I was getting third eye crown, moving from this logical high energy place to a lower energy place, which is the heart, is what's actually going to ground you. You are trying to figure things out so much about how it's actually going to work out, how this plan should be so practical, whereas the grounding is the releasing, because it's like, just like take off these clothes, like take off these burdens, just release all of these things. And that's what's actually bringing about this tower moment, because now you're no longer holding on to the things that were not serving you, and you are now allowing the Page of Cups, King of Wands, Four of Wands to like find their way in or through. Wow. Another one. DJ Khaled up in here. What's so interesting is a lot of these cards came out in the previous reading, and I'm just realizing now that like I didn't even shuffle this deck. I literally just whatever happened, I just pretty much took a lot of the cards and I think I just put it away. And it's like, I didn't even know that this reading and the previous reading were like so intertwined or so connected until now. And I'm like, I started with that other deck, but so it's like, no, stay here and keep pulling from the top, keep pulling from the top, keep pulling from the top. And I'm just like, okay, what? Okay, but let's go. Knight of Wands this time. And, Spirit's also coming through now by saying that how these cards were interpreted in that reading versus how they interpreted in this reading. Granted, there's a correlation because there's like one reading after the next, but it's a matter of saying like, even within the same energy, there are different aspects of it. It's like being three-dimensional, like seeing one thing, but from like different perspectives or different viewpoints. And I'm thinking about how this tower is exactly that. You see a building, like, how they say east wing, west wing, north, south, all of that. It's like you wanting to have this direction, this compass, but then the direction is actually inwards. That's the direction that we need to go in. And that's what's like changing. That is the sudden upheaval. It's a sudden upheaval of our mind taking the precedence and allowing the heart to take the precedence. This is, again, knowing what you're going to stand up for, giving the heart a chance, because that's what your heart is like. It's yearning for that. It's like your heart, which is now, like I was saying earlier, the life force energy is resting within. Gosh, we're on the nose. It's like the heart, you spent enough time protecting your heart, cultivating your heart. The love exists, but now it's time to like fully let the love lead, to fully trust and pour into you, you know, to fully pour into you in a way that you've never poured into yourself before. You've definitely had to let go of this old way of doing, being, and thinking. And I'm also thinking about another person that I listened to recently where, he made a nice correlation between how once we've seen the evidence of, certain things that we are holding on to not changing, when we are changing, then we now get to a point of like the universe is showing us what we hold on to and what not to hold on to. So consider this example, right? Like you go into hermit mode. You don't spend time with certain people in certain areas or environments, and you do all this work to grow and elevate spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, gym, whatever, diet, all of those types of things. You're learning more, you're reading more, you're doing your shadow work, you're healing, all of that. And then you find yourselves around those situations or people again, and you realize like, oh damn, I've been doing all this work to grow and elevate and expand, but you guys haven't, or this situation is still the same. And that is a reminder to let you know that, what, the work that you've been doing internally or for yourself is for yourself. And you letting go of those previous environments, people, or situations that you thought would grow and elevate with you is the indication that you have to go this path alone. But alone within yourself, okay, now my lecture is going off, but knowing that your true support, your great support is with the divine, with the spirit team. And right now it just started raining and I'm hearing it more. And I'm thinking about this reading that I saw on the channel the other day, from rain to rain. So from rain to reign, like your kingdom, right? And again, when you put your passion into the forge, and it's like you just needing to take a step back, because again, from this King of Wands to the Knight of Wands, and in the previous reading it actually went the other way. It went from Knight of Wands to the King of Wands. So now we're taking a step back to say, actually, why do I love this thing? Why do I do what I do? And now it's a matter of saying you could have been going in a certain direction, but wanting to plan it very much logically, but now it's like, whoa, take a step back. We need to let the love do this thing. We need to let the love be the direction or the guide, And I'm even getting now that, this is a connection between you and your higher self, actually. That's what's coming through right now. It's like your higher self protected you to this point where you are able to even understand and receive a message about how strong your heart is or how strong your love is. And knowing that by cultivating this love within yourself and you being given signs about the changes that needed to occur around you, because not everybody's going to go with you. There's a saying I like to say, which is elevation requires separation, because the moment you take yourself out of situations, out of certain environments, you get to discern like, oh, this is my energy and this is what's not. So having spent so much time in your own energy, you realize like, oh man, this person was projecting towards me, or this environment inspires thoughts that are not allowing my heart to lead. This person is very much draining my energy, or this environment, these people, this workplace is very much draining my energy. And that time that you had spent alone in your hermit or building yourself, again, this is now coming through as like the different parts of yourself, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, right? It's like that time that you'd actually spent doing that is now putting you in a position where you are able to discern between your energy. And now it's saying, because you have honed in on that very thing, give it a chance to rise to the surface. Knowing what you believe in, knowing that you are very much heart-led. If it feels like love, if it feels like, again, like love is free, love is kind, love is passionate. That Bible verse about what love is, it's like, if I'm just getting a feeling of like how love shouldn't constrain you, love shouldn't like hold you hostage, right? I'm just thinking about the armor on this, and we were talking about that as well in the previous reading, about like how, you know, this love can protect you, and it's like all you have to do is protect your heart as your heart leads the way. And that's like, you know, what like the higher self is coming through with right now. 5438. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Whoa, your hard work is paying off. Two of Pentacles. This is the cause and the effect. Your hard work is paying off because of the gambles that you're going to take, the risk that you're going to take. It's like after all of these things that we've just discussed, it's like, can you take the chance and trust that it is going to pay off? What you were doing in your manifestation, you know, I'm getting the infinity sign, but it's also your power, your money, your creation, your magic, right? It's like the moment you have the cause, right, the reason, the purpose, you're going to see the effect of that. You are going to see just how much you just needed to take the leap, or like, man, you should have just done this ages ago, or you should have just started this ages ago, because now you're going to end up seeing the fruits of your labor because you've actually taken that leap of faith. I'm getting the leap of faith also with this character having their foot up. But also interestingly, I'm just thinking about how, you know, in this Page of Cups card, the seas are like fairly, you know, calm, but you can see some waves there. And I was again saying, remember that the air moves the water, but now look at this side. On this side here, now it's like, you know, we've got bigger waves. So it's like what you were kind of, I would guess, like scared of or intimidated of, is this cause and effect, knowing that like you could actually create ripples. You are not like riding the wave, you are the wave. Like you create the wave, and the moment you create the wave, I was saying earlier on about like the Three of Wands, it's like your ships come in. I mean, just look at that big ship over there, and there's one big ship, there's one also in the background. It's like as much as your blessings come in, there's something about like even other blessings that are making their way to you. And that reading I'm thinking about is called like Auspicious Blessings that I was talking about. It has that in the title. And it's like the things that you least expected, the things that you didn't even know were there waiting for you are here now. You know, I'm even now being reminded of how the readings I've been doing recently have very much been in this energy of taking a leap, trusting and having faith, and how we're at a point where we can't go back anymore. Like having been through so many trials, tribulations, having passed so many tests, having seen what we've seen, experienced what we've experienced, learned what we've learned, you know, starting over, healing, recovering, recreating, redefining, reviving, unaliving. It's like so many things were happening in this hermit mode, right? Where now we've, you know, again, we've seen things for what they are. We see that old version that needed to change and, you know, bring about this transformation into this new version, you know. Wow. Okay, Spirit saying there's something to that. With this recognition of this energy that's around us, this era that we're in, we don't want to forsake, we don't want to self-sabotage, we don't want to self-sacrifice, and we want to honor this journey. We want to show the fruits of this work, this labor, this effort, this energy. You know, I'm thinking about time, but again, time is an illusion. But this, again, this energy over a period that we've invested into these different aspects of ourselves by involving the elements, by involving your higher self, your lower self. It's like the time that you spent in this co-creation, this co-manifestation energy, this collaboration energy with your higher self, your guides, your angels, your demons, your dark, your light, your yin, your yang, your masculine, your feminine. There is just so much, right? that has come through and come true, because we've seen this thing. Like we've built up enough evidence to know what is for us and what isn't for us. But taking that leap, right, means the surrender to the divine. But then knowing that because your energy is so great, your energy is so vast, you are going to have a cause and effect. The only thing that you need to juggle is where you are directing your energy to. And again, more focused on the direction, not so much about the speed. As long as your heart is in it and you are in the right direction, everything just like aligns. And I mean, this is right before the eclipse card, which is expect powerful change. And it looks like, like I was saying, we started drawing that card and we went all the way to the end, and then I was saying endings are beginnings. So we really did start from the beginning, but we said it was an ending, and now we're making it all the way back to this side here. Ooh, confirmation, bro. And it's like, the moment our view of our vulnerability, again, I'm just being drawn back to this tower. The moment we view ourselves differently, or actually take the time to acknowledge what we have done, what we have become, and I'm even thinking, like, I'll use myself as the example here, where it was yesterday where I saw a colleague that I hadn't seen, I don't know how many times oh wow, I'm seeing a rainbow. I don't know how many times I've seen, not how many times I've seen the person, I mean, who's counting, right? But how many years it's been since I've seen this person. And I realized that between the last time I saw her and yesterday, I'm like a completely different person. I'm busy telling her, like, I don't smoke anymore, I don't drink. Okay, I'm relating that to drinking, but like, I don't smoke anymore. I don't eat the same things I used to anymore. I don't do the same things I used to do anymore. And, Spirit put me in that situation, not only for me to acknowledge myself and like, can you see how many things you've done and how many places and areas in your life that you've changed? But then I'm thinking that to share the story with you, it's also a reminder for you to see, like, when you are reintroduced to those old people, those old environments that you thought were going to grow with you, and you realize that either some of them have, or some of them are just a reminder or reflecting back to you the growth that you've done within yourself. And, it's a beautiful moment right now, before this leap, because I mean, there's 1 foot up, 1 foot down, again, at this crossroads type of an energy where it's like, you're about to make this leap of faith, or take this chance, become the cause of this great effect. But before that moment, this moment right now is to acknowledge what is about to actually happen. Like, dude, girl, hun, woo, what is it? Chakra hun, woo, nigga, listen. You are mad powerful. You have gone through and are going through like another transformation, another rebirth, another elevation. Well, what's that thing that they like to say? Awakening, right? And this might be one of the greatest ones yet, honestly. It might be the greatest ones yet, because now you're at a point where it's like, this is the awakening of awakenings. This is the heart awakening. It's like me getting itchy on the back of my thigh. Goodness gracious. You know what, for now, every time I get itchy on my thigh, I'm just going to keep thinking about the tower card, because, goodness, the foundation has to shake up. But it's like every chakra can kind of like be blocked or unblocked, or open or closed. But it's like there have been different awakenings. There's this popular one, the Kundalini awakening, but it's like this awakening of the heart. Oh wow, I'm even seeing how your dreams into a practical plan. It's also a full moon and it's got a lot of green in it. But you having, awakened in other areas or other aspects before, especially in your reasoning capacity or capability, is what allowed all these other awakenings to take place. And again, it's just about seeing yourself. And again, I was talking about like getting down within yourself, getting earth, getting grounded. I mean, just look at the colors here, you know, the red, the orange, the yellows. I mean, now we're moving into the lower chakras. But where's the green? The green is the belt. The green is what keeps us in motion. The heart is what's keeping us in motion. Whoo! Wow. Wow. Woo! I'm just getting all these shivers right now. And you know, with me even looking at this line over here, you know, I always think of lines as like drawing a line in the sand, having a boundary. And that's coming through again as like the protection. It's like you protecting what you've earthed, you protecting what you've grounded, you protecting the effect, you protecting the cause. Like, because you are in control of the intensity or the variability of how this actually plays out. And my left ear is just going, guys. It's just going. Goodness gracious. Yeah, but you know what? Again, it's like, you know, just even relating it back to the Tower card, it's like, because you have now, things fell apart to fall into place. If this is the new platform, or this is the new foundation, and now you're closer to the waves, to the ocean, to the emotion, you're closer to your heart, this is all the more reason to be more heart-led. And like I was saying, you just protect the heart and let the heart lead the way. 105.57. There is so much more to be seen or experienced in this new era, because I mean, just look at how like clear this part is. There's something also about how you know, would need to clear your mind, clear your energy, and even the thoughts are being grounded. I mean, we've got red cap there, so it's like, you know, if you can kind of imagine this cap again, kind of looks like somebody with a boner. But like, you see all of this drive, all of this passion, all of the things that would have been purple, right? All of this logic. It's like you even ground your thoughts. It all comes back down and you clarify them. You clear the path for your heart to drive the action or to bring in the motion. And you just take the leap. Wow. Wow, it's pretty saying right on top. Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I'm thinking about gravity right now, and it's like, if you think of this, like, of course, okay, just look at it this way, and it's like she's sitting on the throne and she's really looking after this pentacle. I mean, you can see she's giving it time, attention, detail, care, right? And it brings me back to this Empress card that we had over here, where she is now, you know, of course, here it's the gestation, it's the incubation period, right? I'm even thinking about like NICU, about like how kids stay there for like some time, especially when they're born prematurely. But now it's like you had so much time to look after this thing. And with me seeing it again, like I was saying about gravity, it's like it's time to drop it. It's time to release it. What is it that you actually care about? What effect is it that you want to see? You know, with me even having just like brought it like backwards, it's because this is the cause and this is the effect. And I was saying about how you can control the variability. It's a matter of like your grip. Can you loosen your grip on how something's going to play out? Because the moment you allow, you know, it to be earthed, you allowing these other energies to form part of your creation. Or it's even like even allowing the collaboration, you know, it's like allowing these other energies just to play their part, like trusting that the universe has heard your prayers, your intentions, your manifestations, that your fasting, your meditation, your, you know, your spiritual routines and rituals and spiritual baths, like, you get me, all of these things that you've been doing have been received. But now you need to trust that when you let them go, that they will yield this new haven, this new garden, this new forest, right? Because I mean, that's where she's at. I mean, she's got the rabbits there. There's like, new grass starting to grow. There's like all of this new growth that's starting here in this area. And it's like, you could, like right now, it's like you could be so focused on what it is that you are, directing your energy towards, that you even miss out what's happening in your environment. But of course, with it being in this way, it's like you've been that person. So now it is time to focus on everything else around you, because this, again, like I'm saying, this is the effect where you trust that you've mothered this thing enough. You've been, like I'm getting queen, like you've been the empress for long enough. You have this life force energy that you've been cultivating and nurturing, and now you need to trust yourself to put out this life force energy and see what it actually does. And I'm getting that once you see the effect, you're now going to realize like, oh damn, I'm that powerful. And how beautifully that leads us to the next card, right? Which is expect powerful change. That the moment you make this release, the moment you make this decision, okay, let's see this one together. Oh, look at that, it's the magician. Oh my gosh, like right at the back of the deck. It's like the moment you make this change, you'll just be like me, you'll be so amazed. And it's like you have to expect that your magician mode is being activated, because with me even seeing it this way, it's like, there's so many ways to interpret this. It's like you haven't been scared of, let's say, even like bad juju, spells, witchcraft, all of those things being casted your way. But I mean, the other side of it is, you not taking your strength, you not taking your ability to be the manifester, to bring things. This is the energy of having it all, because again, all the elements are in this card. All the suits that we were talking about are in this card. I mean, there's a sword, there's a cup, there's a pentacle, and there's a wand on this table. And as you can see, there's the infinity sign again. So it's like that cause and effect. It's like it's actually being like brought in. This energy is being grounded. I mean, just look at the red cape, right? Or shawl, if you want to call it that. But it's like, this is also coming across as like you, of course, with me singing in the background again and me just lifting it up, it's like you recognizing that, you have so much power, and not to be in fear of your power to manifest, to create, to have it all. Because the universe knows what is worthy of you. The universe knows what your capacity, your what's fitting for you, what's befitting for you. I'm even thinking about like, with me saying fitting, befitting, I'm thinking about what's given and what's also forgiven. So it's like something is forgiven. It was already predetermined that it would be given to you. We can always think of like forgiven, like you did something wrong and then you were like, absolved of your error type of a thing. But it's like, goodness, going off here on the left ear again. It's like this ability, this love-centered approach, this love-centered life, this manifestation, this money, this power is forgiven to you. It is given to those who have worked hard. It is given to those who have put in that work, who have allowed great change, who have mastered their own energy, and who have recognized their power, their love lead, who have surrendered to the divine. It's like this, like I'm saying, it's everything that's happening over here in different elements, and it comes together. It's alchemy, right? Oh, wow. 1 13 13, and look at that. Spirits, like as one, we match energy again. And I know this reading's taking a long time, but yeah, man, just like I just got hit by a wave when we got to the middle of this reading. I mean, clearly you were here for it, but like, whoa, man, Spirit was like, just feel this, because the collective needs to feel this, Yo, that was crazy, man. But again, if people are talking about you, let them talk, man. If anything, just say a prayer or set the intention that all energy directed your way, or all communications about you, are only for your highest and greatest good. So whether they speak ill or speak well, ill will or goodwill. Oh, somebody put goodwill, or what is it like giving to people, charitable, like, yeah, I get the sense that, exactly, you can't let the ill will overshadow your goodwill, because you have something so powerful, something so magical. We were talking about the magic earlier on, like putting your heart first will allow the magic to come in. It's like you can't let this darkness overcome your light. I was saying earlier too, of course, being balanced, your angel, your demon, your dark, your light, your shadow, you get what I'm saying? Like your shadow and your light. Okay, but wait, if dark and then light and then there's shadow and I don't know, presence. Woo! Where's my phone? There's like, my phone is recording me, but where's the other one? Oh, 1:15, 15. Oh my gosh, 2:15s all over again. And you know what? I really hope this doesn't tell me like the opposite of shadow is light, opposite of shadow. And I feel like I know what this is, but yeah. Oh, well, look at that brightness, illumination, radiance. But you see, it did say light. So I said dark and light. But okay, cool. Your shadow, your brightness, right? But yeah, just step into your brightness. And just look at this magician all around them. Like he or she has this glow to them. And there I was earlier on talking about how the light needs us to step forward. And, I was like all back and forward, and like the light kept changing and so on. And I'm thinking that's exactly what this was. It was the cause and the effect where, the light was like, we were, again, that start-stop energy, like, oh, when we do this, look what happens to the light. Oh, when we do that, look what happens to the light then. So it's like, and I was saying earlier on that there's a reading why there was this kind of start-stop energy to this reading, and that's what it is. It was this Two of Pentacles. It was this cause and effect taking place in action to show us what we were leading up to, what we were not fully seeing at that point in time. But now I think it's been stable for some time, or maybe I haven't noticed. But that's the thing. It's like you just have to be the light. You just have to, like in my case, share the message, right? And you just being the best you is what's gonna just allow things to be as great as they can be. I don't always notice this, right? But like the belt of the magician is a snake. And of course, a snake going around biting its tail, that's giving me Ouroboros. So the cycles are complete. The cycles of the ill will, the cycles of this negativity, of even the snakes, the people who are like draining and sucking your energy, perhaps even directing negativity your way. I'm thinking about this lyric that I have in a song that I've recently like recorded. Get away with the foo-foo. They try to stop me dead in my tracks with the voodoo. But then the pin drops and it's like silence. And in this case, I'm thinking pin drop because, like how in a voodoo doll, they put pins in it. But again, like I'm saying in the lyric, the pin dropped and there was what? Silence. You just got to hear yourself. You just got to feel yourself. And, I'm just even being reminded now how about like a lot of the lyrics that I write are like channeled messages from spirit as well. And I know that as much as I also relate to the songs that I make, a lot of them are for the people. I experience what I experience to share it with the world, and that's what art is. Once it's been created, it's released because it's no longer mine. It's what was, it was channeled through me, and I allowed the channel to take place, and that was the cause, right? And then the effect is how it ripples and causes these waves, and people just like get to enjoy and experience it and be like, oh wow, this is amazing. or this has made me feel X or Y. And I'm reminded that, you know what, even as we now step into our magician era, or we are already this, right? It's a matter of saying, like, we are not going to curate, but we are just going to create. So just trust that as you let go of that old version, that old story, that old job, that old partner, that old way of being, thinking, doing, feeling, clearly this is a lot about feeling. You make way for, firstly, you make room to have like a new energy, a new pentacle occupy that space. You're making space for the effect, because now you've released the cause of what put you in that zone or that place where you had built up this structure or this previous way, which was not this new. Wow. And this is this powerful change. You've always had the power. Maybe your power was drained. You gave your power to things willingly or unwillingly. 2020. Come on, Spirit. Like, how many times are you going to show me matching numbers right now? Like, woo! I see you, gang. I see you. This is very much balanced. Very much balanced. Like, I even noticed what was happening. Like, I'm wearing... it's crazy. Like, I'm wearing a... like 3 things around my wrist here and my watch, right? So it's like a red, this is a carnelian, a tiger's eye, and I'm wearing this gold bracelet and my watch. And this side is like pretty much the same thing, right? A citrine, a copper, and then a coral. And it's like the same things are happening on both sides. 2 reds, 2 yellows, 2 metals. And trust me, I don't always do this. Like, but Spirit is just trying to show me, like, dude, we've been in this 2 energy. We've been in this 2 energy. Like, and you know what? Again, let me be the example for you, man. Oh wow, I just noticed the light went up for a second there. Let me look. Oh, that's the brightness. Okay. Wow, man, like, Spirit's really talking to me right now. Like, look what we did for you, so you can be an example and show these people. Show yourself as well, because the version of me that's editing this, I'm gonna watch this later, like, and just be like, oh shit, bro, that date, that time, do you see what you were going through? But again, create and not curate. So I'm just gonna release this, man, as it is. But one more for this powerful change, Spirit. Thank you for we went on like a bit of a story time tangent there with this magician card. Okay, right here. Ooh. 2. Oh my word! Come on, Spirit. Like. Oh man. And my left ear is going off right now. Another 2. And my right ear is going off. Both of them this time. Another 2. 2 of cups. 2 of pentacles. Now 2 of wands. Oh my gosh. Like, a part of me is like, oh, just pull one more card. Maybe it's like the 2 of swords is going to come out. But again, we already channeled the 2 of swords at the beginning. But for us to have seen these 3 2s already, I mean, okay, let's just check. Okay, it's the 7 of wands, but that would have been crazy, right? Yo, if another 2 popped up, honestly, skull emoji, like, just take me out. Just take me out right now. 123, 26. But yeah, let's close on this card. Wow, Spirit, another 2. Another one. Yeah, and I was saying we're on some DJ Khaled type of things here. I mean, from the beginning of this reading, 2 horns, 2 cards on the left, 2 cards on the right. Wow. It's honestly just been amazing. This reciprocal energy, this dark, light, yin yang, the dichotomies, the polarities, me even showing you guys what's happening on my wrists, like, and you've got 2 wrists, you've got 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes, 2 ears. But it all comes back to one, right? Wow. 2 of Wands. Let's not forget again why we're doing what we're doing. This is a reminder of our plans, of our manifestations, and I'm being reminded of this card in the what's this deck? It's an oracle deck. Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. And there's a card in there that says, trust your path. And the message on it says, what would you do if you know that you are fully supported? And this is coming across as someone who's questioning their path. And noting that this was behind, the Magician, and it's also at the back of the deck. It's like the moment you can get out of that, thinking of what was blocking your magic, whether spiritual, physical, in whichever state, and you get out of this idea or this notion or this perception that you are not supported, the most powerful things happen. It's like it's only that way of doing, thinking, feeling, that was keeping things veiled. And the moment you change that perspective and surrender to your full strength and surrender to the plan that has been set out for you, I'm even getting like soul contract type of energy right now. It's like you already have the world. You already have the direction that you've been given. And it's like what you don't see is what's actually here to support you regardless. Because, oh goodness, give me a second. Sorry, the throat was just throating for a bit there. But it's like you just take the lead because, you having your wand, you stepping into your magician energy to say, I'm just going to put myself forward with my drive, with my creativity, my sensuality, my sexuality, my ashe, my life force, and I'll be supported. You don't see where it's going to come from. It's behind you, but it's going to come through, And then you just focusing on your impact on the world. And like I was saying, the moment you can just forego that way of thinking, or like being so concerned about how is this plan again, because I'm getting blueprints. It's like forget the logical aspect of it, more focused on the feeling aspect of it, the creation of it, the love of it. And that's just going to bring everything into this powerful new way of being, this powerful era. It's like, it's a lot. Let's see what's behind this deck. Let's check it out together. Page of Swords. I'm getting this is about us learning to master our minds. And I always say our minds are our manifestation tools. So your mind is also the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. And look at me just pointing up and down as I'm speaking about them oppositely, because you will ultimately center them within you. But it's like you are taking the lead. You are now it's like living your truth. It's like, yes, I know the truth now. I know that I'm the magician. I know that I can follow my plans, and spirit, higher self, like the guides, beings, forces, angels, guardians that love me and wish me well are the ones who are actually supporting me. So it's like you are letting go of the outcome, with this. It's like the sword could have been kept to self, but it's like this release. It's like this opening up, like you cutting through the world. It's like you cutting the fabric of time, cutting through the atmosphere. Oh, I'm thinking about a song that I have on Space Ranger called Breaking Through the Atmosphere. And it's like you breaking through the atmosphere to realize, like, you know what? I'm not in fear. I'm not going to let my thoughts hold me back, but I will let my love and my heart and my passions lead me to what is best aligned and fitting for me, with me, to me, around me. I think let's leave it there, man. This reading was very surprising, but beautiful at the same time. And I hope you have a beautiful day, evening, and I wish you all the best. Peace and love.